In the Northeast region, Paradise East is the largest Muslim-owned catering hall. Well, we opened up almost 2 years ago. We used to have larger parties, so in terms of like 300 people, 400 people. It has become now easily like 100 people parties or 150 people because people can't afford.
People, they doesn't have a job. And how they're going to be spent money? Because this is not a small money. They like to be married, single life, is so they want to marry, but it doesn't have money to spend it.
Are people cutting back on the dreams? Definitely, definitely. If I were to get married tomorrow, I wouldn't be able to do the same exact wedding that I had in the back of my mind last year, as compared to today, because that money isn't there anymore. That wealth that everyone once had isn't as substantial as it used to be. Around this time, during the winter time, you would get a lot of people coming in to try and book the hall for the summertime, which is the wedding season. And we're just not receiving as many phone calls, nor are we getting as many walk-ins.
We initially thought that it was just a phase people were on vacation, or they were just trying to save money, or whatever the case may be. But because the government was denying there is no recession at that time. This happened at month after a month. So after 6 months, we know we are in recession, and people are trying to cut costs. They are not canceling parties and stuff, but what they are looking for now are bargain prices.
Yeah.
I help, but not too much. If they doesn't have this kind of money, so I charge less.
My father, ever since he moved to this country over 30 years ago, his primary goal was to establish a restaurant and a catering hall for the Muslim community. Doesn't matter if the economy is at an all-time low, it will never change our practices. Alcohol will never be allowed here. It'll never be allowed to be consumed here or sold here or given out here. Same thing goes for pork. It won't happen.
Economy has been hard on everybody. We are no exception, and we're trying to deal with it as best as we can.
All of the bulbs actually inside the catering hall are all light-saving bulbs. All the bulbs inside the restaurant are also light-saving bulbs. The heat is never on in the winter, unfortunately, inside the hall unless there's a party going on. Every business is made out to make some sort of money, or at least, provide for its own. As of right now, it's just we're not getting that same kind of clientele as we were before.
I have to pay the rent, How I pay the rent, if the more people is not come, Tell me how I'm going to survive.